Yeah, that's why we can't see the enemy because they look like us.
Exactly.
But they ain't us.
Yeah.
Them dirties.
Yeah. So look, all the time when you looking back on the history, our character, our nature is what they're going to exploit. They're going to replace our natural drive to be righteous and upright, that connection we got with the divine force, but they weaponized it and used it as religion to trap us in a dogma. Because when we feel that we doing something righteous and right in our heart, you can't hook 100,000 horses up to us and make us change our mind as long as we think we doing what's righteous. But if we get a hint that this shit ain't right, we start bagging the fuck up, talking about, nah, wait a minute, what you mean? Right? That ain't what my mama told me, motherfucker. That shit don't match.
It don't sit right.
Right.
My big mama told me we ain't came on no ships and to put this shit back together and leave no stone unturned.
Exactly.
So we're gonna put this shit back together. It's put together, but we gotta wake the people up. Hey, look, we got our shit.
What's the? All right, so I'm gonna ask all y'all questions. What's the quickest way to find self, from y'all personal perspective?
Nah, tapping with Rod. That's why we brought him on here, bro. When I tell you, like, it's a wealth of knowledge right here. Tap, like, just ask away, bro.
Yes, sir. So, Rod, like, so what do you say, like, from your perspective, man, in your years on this plane of existence, man? So, what would you say for your experience of your expertise of being here as a being on in this world for however many lifetimes? In this specific lifetime, how would you best give the unenlightened man the best idea of how to find self, not self in general?
I tell them to learn meditation, to learn self-talk. Most underrated of all of the sciences of self is self-talk. Because you can't lie to you. You can lie to everybody else, but you know you're lying. Because you can't lie to yourself. So now, when you tapping into that God energy and you say, I need the answer, what book I need to get to find this piece to this puzzle? Your God self got to give you the right answer. He can't give you no wrong answers. It's against galactic law. You're not allowed to deceive yourself.
You can't.
You can willfully neglect the guidance that you give yourself.
That's right.
But you cannot neglect. You're gonna know that you did it. You're gonna know that you didn't trust yourself. Fuck what another motherfucker say. You know. I was gonna holler at an old girl with her fine ass, but nah, she wouldn't fuck with a nigga like me. How the fuck you know?
Right.
Nigga, go over there and at least say hi. I see chick, I just want to say hi to you. I don't even care if you don't speak back. I'd just rather speak to a beautiful woman than an ugly ass man. Shit, I'd rather speak to a beautiful woman than any man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we've been taught to fear what we are, so we can't never express who we are. Learn that self-talk.
Yeah.
Then you can send yourself to get answers, and they're gonna be like, how in the fuck did I know that shit? And then you're gonna go back, and then it's gonna come together like the Matrix in your mind and shit. Click, turn. And then you're gonna remember everywhere where you seen the pieces to the puzzle that gave you the answer.
Facts.
You know everything already. You just don't know how to access it.
Ah, my God, that's what I'm talking about. He said that was.
You know it already.
You know everything. We know everything.
It's all within.
And I feel like when you ask the question, how do we find ourselves? I feel like it's, of course, within, but to be a little bit more specific, it's our thoughts and our emotions.
Yes.
Whatever your mind thinks, your body is going to follow. Whatever you feel, you're going to express. So the moment you start to...
The thing about that is this. Your emotions is a navigation system.
Correct.
You're not supposed to get locked into the emotion that undermines your manifestation.
The logic.
Right. You're supposed to read your emotion. Right? Your girl come in the room and say something to you. Bitch, what the fuck? And then you be wondering, why the fuck am I even mad?
You got to think logically.
That shit all out of context.
Once you can master
but
that's the ego.
Boy.
We talking about dealing with the self. This is what you asked me.
Yeah.
So when we realize that it's out of context, We operating out of what you call a broken program. The program is broke. Now you have to monitor your navigation system so that you can put the emotion where it belongs.
Exactly.
I don't want to
Emotion,
sleep with the enemy.
energy, emotion. If you're angry, you got to learn how to channel it. You got to transmute it and transform it.
But the first thing you got to do is know the context.
Exactly. You got.
That's where the logic. That's where the thoughts come in at.
Where?
Right, because now what you're doing is you balancing your heart
With your mind.
with your mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right now, once you get this understanding of how to start moving along the focal point, you starting to see what your emotions are really there for to teach you. Now you can look back in retrospect on your life at the way you felt, and then you can see exactly clearly what the lesson was that you overlooked back then because your emotions was out of context. When you start putting them in a proper context, you're going to find every time you had an emotion that was out of context was tied to a thinking error. So you had self-talk, then you need fasting is the way to learn to control your emotions. You talking about reading them, now you got to learn how to control them. When you learn to control them, it don't mean you don't feel them. It just means that your emotions don't rule your life. You're going to carry on.
Logic.
You don't react as heavy.
You have to. Yeah, we got to learn how to respond instead of react. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't react to the world. Respond to the world. You know, the world is yours. This is your baby. The world is our baby. You know, everything that happens on this planet is based on us to experience and to really, like what Free say, logic. It's about into the law of everything. You understand itself is to understand yourself through the eyes of others. It's a projection of others, how they see you. You know what I mean? Like right now, I see myself in all of y'all right now, and it's the fact that we sit.
I'm finna tell you a secret one now.
Go ahead.
All right. You can write a script. You can write a script. The shorter and to the point it is, the better.
Yep.
Right?
Write it down and make it plain.
Read it for 3 days in a row. Every time you think about it, read it. Then get about it. The script is going to be still running in your subconscious mind, generating the energy of manifestation.
Yep. You just programmed yourself.
That's
somebody
the power.
Write that in the comments so we can pin it.
That's the power of vision
Somebody
boards.
write that in the comments so we can pin that, please.
Listen, y'all. I hope y'all listen to what he's saying, because this is how I beat my case. I can pull it out right now. I literally wrote by the end of March I was going to complete my case. March the 31st, my writ of possession was unserved. I manifested what I thought and know, not believe, what I know, and I wrote it down and I made it plain, simple, and it came, and I worked on it. It activated. As soon as you write something down, your mind naturally and automatically wants to figure it out, whether you aware of it or not.
Big facts.
Your body follows your mind. So if you write down, I am free. If you write down, I am love. If you write down abundance, it don't have no choice but to manifest.
Yeah.
Bree, go get that comment and pin it for me.
They taught us how to program ourselves with bullshit.
Yeah.
Seriously. They taught us how to program ourselves with Coke 45 and Schlitz malt liquor.
And music that's, talking about killing and it's just insane.
But that's the war cry on the land, for real.
Yeah.
See, I was just gonna say, tell them about your perspective on the music.
All of the chiefs right now, look, all of the chiefs right now, they slightly agitated.
I agree.
All of the chiefs. When you talking to these brothers that's aware, they slightly agitated because they know something wrong and they know they're supposed to be doing something, but they can't quite get their finger around what they're supposed to be doing.
That's right. I agree. I totally agree. I always used to say them brothers that we call thugs and the sisters we call thugs. I'm like, no, those are leaders. They just don't know how to express themselves in a sense that, yes, they just need to be guided. Like you said, they're agitated.
Hey, look, our family philosophy of all of the tribes, no matter which one you pick, if anybody in the tribe learns something that all of the tribes can benefit, he's obligated to offer it to all of the tribes.
That's right.
Damn, Bree, we didn't even know that that's what we was doing with this page.
Yep. Anybody that, when you become aware of something that's a benefit to all of the tribes, You're supposed to start talking about it, getting the word out to the rest of the clan.
Listen, baby, I'm out here blowing this whistle so motherfucking loud. Listen,
Hey,
this
Rod, you
horn
gonna love
blowing
her.
like like. Let me tell y'all, my spirit. So I'm like, yo, I don't even know. It's
She
like something.
Geechee, Rod.
It's some.
You should catch her.
It's like something possesses my body. Like you better do this shit, or like other else. What are you doing?
Yeah. Are you in it
Like
to
what
win?
the fuck?
She'll
Look,
get
motherfuckers
excited and
think
come
they
out of nowhere and just start fucking whistling and doing the chant, the Geechee chant, and she don't even know she doing it.
It's like oh man.
I be over here.
I be like,
See, she be doing that shit right there. She don't even know she do.
yeah.
See how geek she is, bro. This shit's hilarious.
Let's go.
Hey, this
That's
live.
right.
Hey, this live is live, man.
You got to understand that everything is a rhythm, everything is a vibration. When you have to understand when our ancestors, like right now, we in a battle with papers, we casting out spells, whereas our ancestors, they fought with their hands and not, but they had the rhythm of a beat. It was like their why was in the rhythm of just like music and that let me tell y'all something. The day that I dropped my last letter in the mail that unserved my written position, I went back home to where I was born, where I was created, and I screamed over the rivers out loud. It was like a cry just came
You
out.
was crying out to your ancestors.
Banshee screaming.
And that shit.
Hey, Rod, now tell her, because before the case, I was like, go home. Like right after the day you left, I was like, go home, smoke you one, because she smoked. I want you to tell them about your perspective about us and our connection with the tree.
Okay, so first of all, it's a mirror to carbon melanin.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mirror, so when you use it, it creates a hologram with your melanin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now you're gonna get the munchies. You gonna want to listen. You're gonna want to eat that sweet sugar
Look,
shit.
I had my
Yeah.
apple pie before you
For
came
real,
home.
man. Hey, you see, he ain't
All
lying
right
though, man.
now. The sugar gives what they call a dirty burn in the brain, creating a soot. This is the awakening the Lord set. That's why cannabis is the dog plant. It's ruled by Canis Major, Canis Minor.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so the
Oh, my man
THC,
getting into the stars. Okay.
the THC,
I told you he tapped in, bro.
the THC creates the neurological hologram for you to be able to see what they
Hold on.
call angel
I gotta
vision.
light my shit up.
Bro, so
Listen
so
to this.
check it. Hey, can I let me jump in real quick. So just like I'm going off exactly what you're saying. So I don't know anybody in here ever dabbled with DMT. It's like that. That's what the mushroom stuff is like. Mike, when you try DMT, try with
Let's do
CBD.
something different. Right now, we talking about the cannabis.
Yeah, no, I know. I know. I'm talking about. It's the same thing. Only reason I mentioned the DMT is because I use it with the cannabis because the cannabis it accesses the DNA. Exactly what you just explained. The
So
reason
the
why
DMT, the DMT like stimulates more DMT to be produced by the pineal,
yeah.
and the pineal kind of like light up in your head.
That's why so much war on this plant, y'all. Do y'all understand? Think about the shit they
Somebody said
saying.
Rod from another realm.
Hey, so look, when you get the dirty burn, you're creating the soot. Now, also when you smoking, you ingesting the CBD oils. The oils mix with the soot. Right now, you got an electromagnetic current jumping nerve cells in the brain. Right, dendrites and axions is firing neurons, and so what happens is the CBDs in the brain, the polyunsaturated fat, becomes a conductor. It makes the flow from one nerve cell to the next nerve cell happen with less resistance. Now your capacitor is firing on full throttle.
Big facts. And it's crazy because it was just what he talking about, the capacitor. If you look at the brain, you ever see Back to the Future, the flux capacitor? The flux capacitor look just like the cerebellum.
It's all connected, designed off of us, bro.
Now watch this. Look up something called an endocannabinoid system.
Yeah, endocannabinoid, yeah.
That's your spirit body.
Yes, yeah.
When it's weak and you smoke the THC, it's gonna put you to sleep. Because you gotta go in the astral to draw more light.
Facts, my guy.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Say that shit one more time.
You got okay. So when your spirit body is weak, your endocannabinoid system, and you smoke the THC, you're gonna fall asleep.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not gonna dream either.
Right. But you're gonna have to go to the astral because you need to get the extra astral light to strengthen the endocannabinoid system. This is what you call building up your resistance.
Yep.
My God.
Bro, my man's a genius over here.
I told you, big dog.
Building up resistance. Let me light up.
Because he talking about all the subjects that we split. That literally he talking about the first like the first man. He hitting on all the logics of everything: astronomy, astrology, electricity. And hitting on everything because it's all together. It's all connected.
That's why I wanted you to come on first, drop the remittance so that way you could be a part of this because I knew he would rock your shit.
Yeah, this the shit I like talking about. I love that.
I already know it.
Yeah. I'm talking about, man. I'd explore the spirit, the astral, man.
Bro, all the people I tapped in with, I don't think you're gonna find somebody more well versed in spiritual knowledge and connecting it back to us as a people than Rod. You know what I'm saying?
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you to be here, God. I'm grateful to hit it, to get that tone of voice, man.
Yeah, I'm coming. When I get an opportunity to speak to the family, I'm coming.
Period.
Come with that fire. I'm talking about. I'm telling y'all better be taking notes, man. Especially if y'all trying to understand the spiritual nature of being. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to be here, be present.
The spiritual warfare becomes physical when we start to reclaim the land.
That's why they're afraid of it. That's why they're afraid of everything that we're doing. That's why we are the threat, because we are the threat to their establishment. Us waking up to our spiritual being, to us knowing who we are, that's the scariest thing the system could ever come across. It ain't about us. It ain't got nothing to do with us writing no contracts. It's about us understanding that we.
Hey, Bree, before you get high, don't forget to save this live when we done.
Yeah, I know.
She about to partake too.
I just got finished, so I'm good.
right now.
Hey, so look. So once you build up your endocannabinoid system, your spirit body, right, you become more relaxed being who you are.
Period.
Now, it's a side effect to that.
More than
y'all ever heard the term assassin?
Yeah.
You ever do the research on the history of the word?
Tell us shit.
You said assassin?
Yeah. The word assassin comes from hashashin.
That's beautiful.
It's an Arabic word. It means those who smoke the hash.
Say that again.
Hashashin.
That's beautiful.
Okay, now, this was an Islamic group in the Middle East. And when they smoke the herb, the hash, they form a hive mind, and the leader of the hive tell them when to assassinate his enemies. So he can activate them just by telepathic communication. They tie in on that frequency through the hash, the hashish, which is partially decomposed marijuana.
What damn?
Oh yeah, it's a lower form.
Hashish to get you.
It's a more condensed form.
Yeah, it'll get you.
Can we get a minute? Can we get a minute? Can we get a minute to digest? Can we give me give us 5? Hold on, let me give us 5 seconds of silence. Goddamn it! Hold on, do y'all hear?
I'm finna finish telling y'all.
Hey, Rob,
so over here on this land, we had a custom, and we used to smoke the herbs with the visitors, because when they smoke the herb, if they try to lie, we instantly know it. We become a human lie detector test. So this is why they always had.
Why you can feel them energies when you high.
And anybody that smoked the peace pipe, we didn't do business with them. We can't trust them.
Man, bro. So one of the craziest things is on shrooms. Whenever I would take shrooms and I would smoke weed, I know I don't smoke weed before I take shrooms, because I want to be able to take off with no unimpeded. But when the shrooms hit a peak, I smoke to pretty much keep myself balanced on earth, right? But I started realizing that, so I would smoke, it'll chill me out. and then somebody would come around me, somebody of a negative energy. The weed would show me everything about them. Like you could see they whole outer shell, they whole aura, they mask and everything. And I would get the worst fear in the world. It's not necessarily fear. I think it's like it's the astral connection, the astral cord or whatever that aura is. Whenever that aura comes into your aura, you feel it. It's being projected onto you. You feel, you pick up the energy, anything that's on them. And yeah, man, what you just said, like how you said, like yeah, bro, go ahead, my bad, man. I had to throw that in there.
So we used to use different herbs with it. Like we might put rose petals in it.
Wow.
Yeah, lotus, all that, blue
We
lotus.
might put lavender leaf in it. I mean,
Lovely leaf.
lavender petals.
Lavender. Mm-hmm.
Right? Lavender is to help relax you.
Yep, it
Mm-hmm.
help you sleep too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right?
Have you ever used blue lotus? You ever rock with the blue lotus?
I
Egyptian
haven't,
blue,
not this go round. I'll
but
put it that
you
way.
know about it, right? You know about the Egyptian blue lotus?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the flower that's all on the Egyptian hieroglyphs and stuff. But blue lotus changed my life. Blue lotus wine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I feel like we used to. I feel like all of us used to kick it, man. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, when our last time kicking it all as a group, man. Right before the flood came, we all kicked it. We was sitting there drinking blue lotus wine, having the same conversation. Straight up. I know for a fact. I knew y'all on my past. I know for a fact,
Hell
man.
yeah.
We was definitely kicking it in the past life, fucking shit up, climbing pyramids and shit. Straight.
Scared I'm gonna tell them to do some shit that they supposed to do anyway. The shit they already supposed to do. All y'all job now is to take these videos. It's the fifth. This is the sixth one. No, this is number 7. And that makes sense. This is the 7th video. Take this information to your preacher. Lay it out in front of him. Tell him to watch it all before he respond. Tell him he's gonna be what you call that? Irritated, agitated, enraged, and angered. He's gonna be pissed off, and he gonna look stupid as fuck. But he gotta give you an answer. So, so far we sent 4. These next 3 I'm gonna put up as another post. So y'all know that the 7th seal is officially broken and the 7th sun has officially risen to the highest position. Ain't nowhere else to go from here. I'm bumping my head on the ceiling on the other side of the glass ceiling that's on the other side of the glass ceiling. Ain't nowhere else to go. I can't rise higher than mama. It's not possible. It's not possible for me to be greater than that which I came from. But I can tell you this. It's possible for everybody to attain what I attained through diligence and hard work. Don't cry about that shit. Strap your motherfucking nuts on. Put on your whole armor of God. Or in this case, your whole armor of rod. Go out there. Challenge them motherfuckers with the facts. If I didn't bring the facts, they got to outdo what I did. If my shit not right, they got to show you some shit that's more correct and more right than I done showed you already. They're not going to be able to do it. They're not going to be able to tell you that I'm not who I say I am. Because I told y'all, any man that say he the Christ right now is a goddamn lie. The Christ is the Queen Mother Isis. I am the widowed son. The one that was born later. I'm the afterthought. And that's why everybody treated me like an afterthought. I should have had a baby before that nigga died. Let me go back and make one based off his energy signature just like him. I didn't even think about that when that motherfucker was here. I was too in love with that motherfucker. I need a duplicate. Wait, I don't need no man because can't no other man make no duplicate. Wait a minute, I got his energy. I got his seminal signature in my queen's chamber. All I got to do in my brain is send it to the king's chamber, shoot it down my spine, let it meet with an ovum, shoot it through my fallopian tube, and rest in my uterus. That's the portal of life, and it'll correct any mistake I made because that's the queen of heaven and earth, and that's how parthenogenesis work within her. Immaculate conception, no semen. You need no goddamn man. You motherfuckers weak. So now you gonna understand why when I tell y'all that these women not gonna accept no weak ass niggas no more. Y'all niggas gonna have to strap y'all nuts on. Do y'all work. I ain't do this shit to degrade no motherfucker, to make no motherfucker look bad, none of that. I ain't happy on this motherfucker the way it is. I ain't happy on this motherfucker the way it is. As long as these babies is food and sex toys, I'm not happy. As long as the women ain't allowed to be free and flourish as women and the feminine nature is gone and ain't nothing on this motherfucker but gloom and doom, I don't want to be here. So I got two options. I ain't suicidal, so that takes the first option off the table. I ain't killing myself. Only option I got left is to change this shit for the better. I gotta take everything that they got and make that shit better. Now, if I was y'all these last two videos, this one and the one I got interrupted on before when the phone dropped the call, I would share the shit out of this to every motherfucking religious organization, secret society, and gangbang I could find. And I would just ask them, before you cast judgment, there's seven keys here. You got to go through all 7 of them to get to the crown, which is the one I'm doing now, the last one. They in order. It's 4 then 3. Right? 4 then 3. No. All of this connected dot ass shit. Myself, don't no woman want no doormat for a man. Don't no woman want a doormat for a man. But at the same time, she don't want motherfucking Hitler either. She don't want a tyrant in her house either. And it's the man's responsibility to bring the greatest essence of the woman out by trying to be the best man he could be, whether she there or not. If you about your business as a man, you're not going to find very much interest in a partial woman, a female. She's just female by gender. She's not a woman yet. She won't move you. She won't stir you. She won't get your attention. The pretty box, when you find out she dumb as a box of rocks, that shit not going to work no more. You're going to take the plain Jane that can contribute to the cause over the motherfucker that look like a model that don't know that ditzy bitch. You know? So, any questions, comments, or concerns that I need to address before I get out of here? Thank you, Chelsea. Me and you got destiny. It's in your name. Destiny is in your name. Me and you got business to tend to, Chelsea. Your name is Holy Rod. Look at it. It's an anagram. Your last name. You already know what's up. Portia, you know what to do. Yep. I came to bring the pain, hardcore to the brain. Let's go inside the astral plane. So, the song is Everything They Owe. Ghetto Gospel. Everything They Owe, Ghetto Gospel. No More Pain. Staring Through the Rear View. Ambitions as a Rider. And Thug Style. It's one more. Under Pressure. If you run them in the loop, you can tap directly into the astral form of Tupac. Now, Tupac ain't gone. He's physically here. I seen him at the All Eyes on Me premiere with Shock G. He was there. Right before your very eyes, you won't even realize that you can't see me. Right? Now, also, not only was he with Shock G, he got videos on YouTube right now where he talking to you motherfuckers and y'all don't even know it's him. He in disguise. Now remember what he said. Right before your very eyes, you won't even realize that you can't see me. He there. Now, because people was going to think he was dead, and it would have caused an emotional backlash for them to send prayers up to a motherfucker that's not dead, he had to create something that they call an astral matrix. And the only way to tie you into his astral matrix is a song called No More Pain. And once you get in there, then that's where you see what he described as Thug's Mansion. It's a mental projection of the mind of Tupac Amaru Shakur, who y'all didn't know was the King Tut of Egyptian history that was ran over by the chariot and bust upside the head with the motherfucking anvil axe. It was like an axe, but it was made with a ball on the end of it. It's a battle tool. After they ran him over with the chariot, he didn't die. When they took him back into the palace, they whopped his ass in the head with this stick with a big stone, or a metal stone on the end of it. And they swatted him in the back of the head because they didn't want him to take power back then. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? You can't stop my little brother from getting his shit now. Big brother home, little brother go get your shit. That's how we do this. Little brother go get your shit. Anybody don't know what I'm talking about, need to watch my Machiavelli military strategy Tupac Decoded video. Then y'all know where his territory is, and y'all know why his name is Tupac Amaru Shakur. Then that'll make a little bit more sense to you. All this shit, I'm telling you all this shit. In that video, I don't just stop with Tupac. I go all the way to Nipsey and tell y'all that this is the uniting of the Red and the Blue Lodge. This is the Red Star and the Blue Star rising together for the first time in thousands of years. We finished with this bullshit, and I'm tired of motherfucking taking it. So, I hope y'all like me going through all them sayings for you, because sometimes it be so tedious that people get bored. But where we at right now, look, you're starting to see the ether come back. That's the top ether, because it's not going to come down low enough. But you can still see, the connection. Anyway, I ain't going to hold y'all no more. Mazem, I'm glad you brought Easy up. Because if I didn't resolve the Easy E matter, I wouldn't be done, and I couldn't end this video. Because Easy E not dead either. Now, what are all these people that's looking like they dead, look like they dead for? They are vexing grievances about matters that affect humanity as a whole, that once I get to this point, I have to resolve. Easy E and Magic Johnson chose to address HIV awareness, right? Tupac and Biggie chose to address black-on-black violence